What was Disney's highest grossing film from 2018 to 2019? Hey homies, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Haley. We're on the Always in Wonderland blog at alwaysinwonderland.com, and today is our last full Disney through the decades video. This has been a wild, fun, and exciting, but also very exhausting ride. Cannot believe we're actually at the end. It feels weird. Per usual, Chaos Kitty is in the room. Okay. Ember's with me also, so, you know, she makes weird noises and tippy-tappies just randomly. And I'm sure Willa, if she doesn't make an appearance, will do something to where I'll probably have to pause because she has already been attacking Ember. You good? We're starting already. Anyway, there's really not that many films. So, I should have broken down the other decades, like the 90s and stuff. I should have made them smaller, but I didn't. Willa, get out of my drink. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Well, it has started. It's like I summon her. I should really just stop saying anything. And if you're new here and you find out about Willa, I'll just let it be organic. No warnings. But anyway, let me get situated and we're going to get started. All right, homies, let's get started. I make no promises about Willa also. Trust me. Trust me. First movie is Black Panther. It's a great movie. After the death of his father, the king of Wakanda returns home to the isolated, technologically advanced African nation to succeed to the throne and take his rightful place as king. You know, that's all that it gives me is just that I take his rightful place, succeed to the throne. And okay. We've seen it, you know, we know. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend trying all Marvel movie franchises at least once. Obviously start with the original. I haven't seen all of them, but I recommend if it's something that looks like it'd be cool, you should watch it, you know? I'm not going to go back and say I've seen all of them. I haven't. We know I haven't. I haven't seen most of everything, okay? I'm very minimal. I thought I knew a bunch of Disney movies. I have learned otherwise while doing this series. So, yeah. A Wrinkle in Time. I've never even heard of this. Young Meg Murray, a bit of a misfit in a family of brilliant scientists, finds herself journeying through space and time, or tessering, to save her father. With a little help from three truly incredible celestial beings, Miss Witch, Miss Whatsit, and Miss Who, the three misses impart the knowledge they have gleaned from across the cosmos to guide Meg to strange and sometimes perilous planets and help her discover the warrior that lies within her. I mean, it sounds like a wild, fun, good time. Sorry, I was just looking back at the photo. Looks like fun. Our next movie, Avengers Infinity War. These were the movies that I did watch, for sure. As the Avengers and their allies have continued to protect the world from threats too large for any one hero to handle, a new danger has emerged from the cosmic shadows. Thanos. Anyone else? They just say Thanos, and you're just like... Also, if I want things to go away, I really try, you know, and then I've decided that I can't make that happen. But a lot of things I'd like to just, if all it would take is a snap. Anyway, Avengers Infinity War. It's like the build up for that big shebang. The big shebang, I cried, okay? If you've seen these movies, you know. Oh, anyway, sorry, the thought of it made me sad. Next one, let's move on. Solo, a Star Wars story. I haven't seen this. I told you I've seen like the first 3 Star Wars movies, and they're not even number 1, number 2, number 3. They're like probably like 4, 7, and 2. I don't know. They're out of order. But I've seen the first 3 releases. 1, 2. Yeah. Well, like I said, they're probably like 4, 7, and whatever. Whatever. The first 3 that were released. I've seen those. Okay. But this one is through a series of daring escapades deep within a dark and dangerous criminal world. The young Han Solo meets his mighty future co-pilot Chewbacca and encounters a notorious gambler, Lando, years before joining the rebellion. So, you know, just the whole story of Solo. Han Solo. You know? Great. This movie I didn't see. Okay, I saw the original. Didn't see the second one. Didn't feel the need to. But I do love to watch that clip of Jack and the Raccoon. It's The Incredibles too. It's an animated feature from Pixar Animation Studios. The Incredibles, a family of superheroes, is back. Helen leaves Bob at home with Violet and Dash to navigate the day-to-day heroics of normal life while she's out saving the world. It's a tough transition for everyone, made tougher by the fact that the family is still unaware of baby Jack's emerging superpowers. When a new villain hatches a brilliant and dangerous plot, the family and Frozone must find a way to work together again, which is easier said than done. And if you haven't seen this movie, and you're like me, you just kind of want to get the feel for it, but maybe you just haven't had time, because no one does, to sit down and do anything. Go ahead and watch the clip of Jack fighting a raccoon. You kind of feel bad for the raccoon. Just saying. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I said previously, Paul Rudd. Have a soft spot for Paul Rudd. We love some Paul Rudd. In the aftermath of Captain America Civil War, Scott Lang grapples with the consequences of his choices as both a superhero and a father. As he struggles to rebalance his home life with his responsibilities as Ant-Man, he's confronted by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym with an urgent new mission. Scott must once again put on his suit and learn to fight alongside the Wasp as the team works together to uncover secrets from their past. Paul Rudd. All I have to say. That's it. Next movie, Christopher Robin, a boy who embarked on countless adventures in the 100-acre wood with his band of spirited and lovable stuffed animals, has grown up and lost his way. Christopher Robin is stuck in a job where he is overworked, underpaid, and facing an uncertain future. Three for 3. He has a family of his own, but his work has become his life, leaving little time for his wife and daughter, and he has all but forgotten his idyllic childhood spent with his simple-minded, honey-loving stuffed bear and his friends. But when he is reunited with Winnie the Pooh, now tattered and soiled from years of hugs and play, a spark is rekindled, and he is reminded of the endless days of childlike wonder and make-believe that defined his youth. I mean, it sounds cute. And I did think about watching it when it came out, but I'm not really sure why I didn't 100%, other than the fact of, like, you put those cute characters with actual people, and people aren't always the nicest, you know? Although I do love that little clip where he says something about, like, your stairs are broken, and to Winnie the Pooh, and Pooh looks at him, wait, I'm getting backward. Pooh looks at him, at Christopher Robin, and said, your stairs are broken. And he says, those aren't stairs, that's a shelf. And Pooh's like, yeah, a shelf. It's like, he's just unbothered by most things. That clip is amazing, and I should probably watch the movie. All right, The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I didn't know this existed, but looking at this photo and her dress, I am mesmerized. Between the background and her dress, girl, why have I not seen this? Also, The Nutcracker, if you can see that live, go see it live. Go see it live. I don't even care what theater you go to. I don't care if it's a local theater. Play. Okay? Like, your hometown's putting on a show. Just go see it. Just go see it. All Clara wants is a one-of-a-kind key that will unlock a box that holds a priceless gift. A golden thread presented to her at Godfather Drosselmeyer's annual holiday party leads her to the coveted key, which promptly disappears into a strange and mysterious parallel world. It is there that Clara encounters a soldier named Philip, a gang of mice, and the regents who preside over the three realms. Land of snowflakes. No, thank you. Land of flowers. Okay, all right. And land of sweets. Sweets, you said? Okay. Claire and Philip must brave the ominous fourth realm, home to the tyrant Mother Ginger, to retrieve Clara's key and hopefully return harmony to the unstable world. I feel like I would make poor decisions in the land of sweets, so we would have to go to the land of flowers. But I'm down. Let's pack our bags. Next, Ralph Breaks the Internet. It took me so long to watch this movie. I wasn't sure why, but one of my best friends, his favorite character happens to be Vanellope von Schweetz. And then I got to meet Vanellope in person. I was really glad I had watched this movie because character interactions, you got to know a little something most of the time about the character, or, you know, just a little. Or just ask them how their day's been. You know, I don't know. I think the interactions are better if you know a little bit about the character. Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz leave the video arcade behind to venture into the uncharted, expansive, and thrilling world of the internet. They risk it all in search of a replacement part to save Vanellope's video game, Sugar Rush. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know why it took me so long to watch the Wreck-It Ralph movies. But I finally did. I think they're pretty cute. Mary Poppins Returns. In Desperation Era London. Ooh, lovely. The sequel to the 1964 film finds Jane and Michael Banks now grown. Michael and his 3 children have lost wife and mother. So the enigmatic Mary Poppins returns to the household. With her magical skills and aided by her friend Jack, a street lamplighter, Mary helps the family discover the joy and wonder missing in their lives. That is very sad. So he grows up, loses his wife, and then she swoops in to help him with his kids. Like, I mean, thank goodness she decided to come back. But, like, that's so sad. I have to shift, so I'm sorry if the chair squeaks. Body parts falling asleep. Next movie is Captain Marvel. I didn't watch this one either. Leaving her earthly life behind, Carol joins an intergalactic elite Kree military team called Star Force, led by the enigmatic commander Yonrog. Is that how you say that? I hope so. But after Carol has trained and worked with the Star Force team and become a valued member, she finds herself back on Earth with new questions about her past. While on Earth, she quickly lands on a radar of Nick Fury, and they must work together against a formidable enemy in the form of the Skrulls, the notorious Marvel bad guys made even more dangerous by their shape-shifting abilities, and their leader, Talos, who is spearheading a Skrull invasion of Earth. I feel like I heard mixed reviews. Sorry, I felt the yawn coming and I was trying to word it off, but I couldn't. So I think I heard mixed reviews on Captain Marvel. If you've seen it, let me know if it was worth it. I don't know. I just feel like I heard such different opinions. Next is the Dumbo live action. I refuse to watch it. I will not watch it. It's not going on a list. I don't care that I haven't seen it. I do not plan on seeing it. I want nothing to do with it. And I'm sure it was a fantastic film. But I personally want nothing to do with it. I can't even watch the cartoon one. I will ugly cry. I will be in my feels. All I want to do is just hold this little baby. I can't do it. Maybe I'm just too much of an emotional creature, which I never thought I'd say in my life. Me? Never. Never thought I would. But as I get older, I feel like it gets worse. I'm like softening. It's gross was the only word I can think of. But it makes me sad. I don't want to be sad. Dumbo. It's a live action telling of the classic story. Circus owner Max enlists former circus star Holt and his children, Millie and Joe, to care for a newborn elephant whose oversized ears make him a laughing stock in an already struggling circus. But when they discover that Dumbo can fly, the circus makes an incredible comeback, attracting persuasive entrepreneur V.A. Vanderveer, who recruits the particular for his newest, larger-than-life entertainment venture, Dreamland. This last sentence has, it states, Dreamland is full of dark secrets, and I'm out. I don't care to read the rest. It's the story of Dumbo retold. And I don't like the original story of Dumbo. So, oh, bless you. Me too. I mean, I keep yawning. Speaking of, we might get through this. I might not. Next, we have a Disnature. It's our first Disnature. I don't remember if there's more than this one, but Disnature. It's called Penguins. Release, blah, blah, blah. And it's coming of age story. And Adelie, penguin named Steve, I love that, joins millions of fellow males in the icy Antarctic spring on a quest to build a suitable nest, find a life partner, and start a family. None of it comes easy for him, especially considering he's targeted by everything from killer whales to sea leopards. Yeah, those penguins have a lot to fight out there. If I yawn one more time, I'm going to cut it all out of this. One more time. Gracious. And if I don't, I got lazy and I'm sorry. Does anybody remember when Benedict Cumberbatch was given the opportunity to, and I cannot remember if it was Planet Earth or not, but he did a nature doc. He voiced over it. And he couldn't say penguin. He kept calling them penguins, instead of just penguins. And I think he brought it up on Graham Norton's show, and it was pretty funny. But now I just, every time I see the word penguin or hear it, I think of Benedict Cumberbatch. And now maybe you will too. And if you haven't seen his clip on Graham Norton's show, go check that out. Also, if you don't know who Graham Norton is, go check that out. I started watching Graham Norton when I was, I was like 13. I could be lying, but I feel like I was in my early teen years. I don't think I could drive a car. He's been around for a while. Go watch this. Next, Avengers Endgame. Anyone else? Sob? Ugly cry? Me? Yes. You? Did you cry? The Avengers have been soundly defeated by Thanos, who, after collecting the 6 Infinity Stones, imposed his will on all of humanity and randomly wiped out half of the world's population, including many of the Avengers. In the aftermath of the destruction, the remaining Avengers are faced with their biggest challenge yet, finding the resolve within themselves to get off the mat and find a way to defeat Thanos once and for all. I'm telling you, if I could just, I would use it for good. I'd help people. Just, I would try my best. But yeah, did anybody else ugly cry to this? I can't be alone. I'm sure I'm not. Alright, next film. It's Aladdin, live-action adaptation of Disney's animated classic. The streets of Agrabah are home to Aladdin, a charming street rat who is eager to leave his life of petty thievery behind, believing he is destined for greater things. Across town, the Sultan's daughter, Prince Jasmine, longs to experience life beyond the palace walls and use her title to better save the people of Agrabah. After Aladdin accidentally conjures up a genie, he and Jasmine embark on a dangerous and exciting adventure that will test their faith in themselves and their love for one another. It's the live-action version of Aladdin. Will Smith was a genie. He was painted blue. And I think we can all appreciate that. However, I will say I still prefer, obviously, the cartoon version. I did not watch this. The cartoon version, as I love and have a massive soft spot for Robin Williams. And no one can replace Genie. That's all I can say. I grew up with that, and it's near and dear to my heart. Another movie I didn't see, and don't at me on this one because I love this franchise, and I even said that if I had to pick which one I'm watching, number 3 is the one that I'm picking to watch. Not 1 or 2, number 3. Okay? And it's Toy Story 4. Woody has always been confident about his place in the world, and his priority is taking care of his kid, whether it's Andy or Bonnie. Bonnie's cutesy, and I hold nothing against her, but I'm old, so Andy is... That's my vibe. Andy's my vibe, okay? So when Bonnie's beloved new craft project turned toy Forky declares himself as trash and not a toy, Woody takes it upon himself to show him why he should embrace being a toy. But when Bonnie takes the whole gang on her family road trip excursion, Woody ends up on an unexpected detour that includes a reunion with his long-lost friend Bo Peep. After years of being on her own, Bo's adventurous spirit and life on the road, Bailey, her delicate porcelain exterior. As Woody and Bo realize they're worlds apart when it comes to a life as a toy, they come to find that's the least of their worries. I think the adults probably resonated with Forky. I have said that about you should always talk positively about yourself, but who hasn't said that about themselves? Come on. Even if you just, like, you say it in, like, a funny way. Like, you've said it, you know? Like, you've said, oh, I'm trash, okay? And sometimes you may have said it in a bad way. Don't talk bad about yourself, okay? I think that's really what they were honing in with Forky. He talked bad about himself, and he shouldn't do that, and there are kids that do that. But, like, adults, take notes. Like, don't talk bad about yourself. Don't say mean things about yourself out loud. You're always going to be your own worst critic. Just don't do it. And don't let your kids hear it. Yeah. I know some of us remember what our parents said about, not us, because they would never, but we heard them talk about themselves. And it did come back on us as adults. As we got older, we realized it. Or if you haven't realized it, maybe you're realizing it now. It's okay. But be nice to yourself. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. I took it as an opportunity to tell you to be nice to yourself. You deserve being nice to you. And this is coming from somebody who's learning this still, because I am so mean to me. All the time. But I'm trying. And if you're like me, you should try to be better too. The next movie is The Lion King. Animated adaptation from the 1994 Disney feature. Let me get down to where it says the rest of it. Simba idolizes his father, King Mufasa, and takes to heart his own royal destiny, but not everyone in the kingdom celebrates the new cub's arrival. Scar, Mufasa's brother and former heir to the throne, has plans of his own. The battle for Pride Rock is ravaged with betrayal, tragedy, and drama, ultimately resulting in Simba's exile. With help from a curious pair of newfound friends, Simba will have to figure out how to grow up and take back what is rightfully his. So it's Lion King with, like, real-looking animated lions. Did that make sense? They're animated lions, but they look like real lions. Like they're not cartoon. That. I mean, like, Pumbaa actually looks like a real warthog. They're not the cutest. But they also kind of fall into that category of they're so ugly, they're cute. In my oh so humble opinion. I didn't see it. Next movie, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I said when we talked about Maleficent, the first movie, that nothing about it warranted me to watch the second one. But it was my sister's favorite villain, or is my sister's favorite villain. And, I mean, it wasn't like they were bad movies. I just wasn't drawn to watch the second one based on what the first one gave me. I was satisfied with just the first one. Aurora's impeding marriage to Prince Philip is cause for celebration in the kingdom of Ulstead and the neighboring Moors. But when an unexpected encounter introduces a powerful new alliance, Maleficent and Aurora are pulled apart to opposing sides in a great war, testing their loyalties and causing them to question whether they can truly be family. Let's be honest. The original Sleeping Beauty with Maleficent, she was just a petty, petty girl. Petty girl. Cursed a baby because she didn't get invited to a party. Let that sink in. That is a whole nother level. So just know that. So this is a better relationship that they have portrayed. Next movie is The Lady and the Tramp, the live-action retelling of Lady and the Tramp. Life is good for Lady, an overachieving American Cocker Spaniel who resides in an upscale suburban neighborhood. Girl's doing better than I am. Her owners, Jim Deere and Darling, spoil her daily, and her neighbors, Jacques and Trusty, are always within barking distance. But when a baby enters the picture, Lady is no longer the center of attention, and the rival of Aunt Sarah only complicates matters. Ugh. Lady soon finds herself alone on the streets in an unwelcoming part of town. Fortunately, Tramp, a streetwise mongrel, is quick to teach her the ways of the world. Before long, the prim and proper purebred and the fast-talking mutt are partaking in moonlit strolls in the park and a romantic spaghetti dinner. We all know the story of Lady and the Tramp. It's a cute story. I didn't feel as though I needed to watch the live action one. And I know I say this with like all of them, but that's why. I'm content with the cartoon. Like, I've seen the movie. I don't really feel the need to like rewatch the movie. All right, next movie is Noelle. I watched the first few minutes of this. We were at a like Christmas get together and they had it on the TV. And I was hanging out with a 2-year-old and like a 4-year-old. And the 2-year-old's like bringing me cell phones to answer, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, oh yeah, she's right here. Hang on, you know, handing it back over. And the 4-year-old's like, I love this movie. And it's Noelle. So I didn't know it existed until then. Kris Kringle's daughter is full of Christmas spirit and holiday, but wishes she could do something important, like her beloved brother Nick, who will take over for their father this Christmas. When Nick is about to crumble from all the pressure, Noelle suggests he take a break and get away. But when he doesn't return, Noelle must find her brother and bring him back in time to save Christmas. The little bit that I saw of it seemed cute, but I had literally no idea that Anna Kendrick even was in this, so that's fun. Now, another Anna Kendrick movie, and I did watch this, and I'm so glad I did, because honestly, I think I like it. Yeah, I think I like it better than the second one, although Kristoff's song is... It is not my favorite. It is an 80s weird... It was a weird move, but it's fine. It's Frozen 2. Animated feature, why was Elsa born with magical powers? What truths about the past await Elsa as she ventures into the unknown to the enchanted forest and the dark seas beyond Arendelle? The answers are calling to her, but also threatening her kingdom. Together with Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, and Sven, she faces a dangerous but remarkable journey. I actually got very sad in this movie. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. Everyone like disappears. Everyone dies. Everyone like poofs away. And I couldn't handle it. Yeah, Olaf just poof, gone, and I was sad. And Elsa, and I mean, it all ends happy. So like, there's that. But yeah, it made me really sad. This was a great movie. I LOL'd hard at Olaf, especially when he retells what happens. Olaf's dead. Elsa's dead. Everyone cried. Also, speaking of Olaf, if you haven't seen, I know, whoo, squirrel. If you haven't seen the shorts that he does, where he reenacts Disney movies like The Little Mermaid, if you haven't seen those on Disney Plus, please go watch those. Go watch those. It's like a one-man performance. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay? All right, next movie is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The riveting conclusion of the seminal Skywalker saga in which new legends are born and in a final battle for freedom is fought. Don't know why I said fought like that, but I did. That's all it tells me. We know what I'm going to say, so I'm just not going to say it out loud. And we've made it to the last film. I knew there wasn't like too many, but we made it. The last film, we've actually talked about this before. It's called Togo. I'm going to say Togo, not to go, but like Togo. It's an untold true story of one of the greatest sled dogs in history. In winter 1925, when a deadly epidemic strikes the town of Nome, Alaska, and the only cure is more than 600 miles away, the town looks to champion dog sled trainer Seppala, I believe, to help transport a serum. Seppala turns to Togo, an unassuming, undersized, and aging Siberian husky, to be his lead. The dog is a hero. The dog is amazing. And we've talked about this before. I feel like we've talked about this before. I believe. Or something similar, maybe? But I feel like Disney has made this movie once before. I could be wrong. Anywho's, let me look and see. I have it written down. Hang on. I don't even have to pause. I'm just gonna move stuff so I can scooch. Okay. I wrote it down, you guys, because I was like, we're not pausing. We're just gonna go straight through. All right. Disney's highest grossing film from 2018 was Avengers Infinity War. And Disney's highest grossing film from 2019 was Avengers Endgame. Which one of these two was Disney's highest grossing film from 2018 to 2019? Boom! It's Avengers Endgame. I figured that was going to be it. I guessed correctly before I ever looked up the numbers. Because I thought, yeah, Endgame sucked everyone in. Because everyone knew that Thanos was, like, clearing people out. He was clearing house. And we had to know what happened. So, we all saw it. Avengers Infinity War grossed $2.049 billion. Okay? Not milli, Billy. And then Avengers Endgame was $2.799 billion. That is a lot of money. Whew. You guys, we have made it to the end. We have one, like, boss battle that we're going to do. And then we're done. This is it. We've reached the end. And I don't know how to feel. I've got one more of these to make for you. Wow. What are we going to do next? I got some things up my sleeves, okay? I got some stuff we can try out. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, comment your favorite movie ever. Or your least favorite movie ever. I don't know if I have a least favorite movie ever, but I kind of curious to know if other people do, so, like, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have the best day.